Welcome to Demolition Technology 2020. Over the past 3 months, we have scoured the world to find the latest and greatest innovations within the demolition industry. What you're about to see are existing and emerging technologies that will transform the industry today and will impact it in the future. So, without further ado, it gives me great pleasure and an enormous amount of pride to present to you Demolition Technology 2020.
Explosive demolition is a proven method of demolishing tall structures, as long as the risks are managed. The traditional method of pre-weakening a structure with gas axes and explosively kicking the legs out carries a risk to operators. Instead, explosive cutting charges can be fired remotely, triggering a controlled collapse with less risk because nobody needs to be underneath, making those final cuts to the structure. These explosive cutting charges can cut through steel like a knife through butter. Combining explosive cuts with explosive kicks into a single event is the natural evolution from traditional methods by using two very different types of explosive charge together. Brand new modern explosive kicking charges, such as the Atlas and Wallhammer charges, create a massive force to efficiently kick a structure. This footage shows a kicking charge being demonstrated on a column. The modern charge dents the column, which critically stays intact without creating dangerous fragments. The combination of these high-powered explosive charges, kicking and cutting, means no human needs to be close to a weakened structure. Electronic delay detonators and accurate connections between charges ensure that they all function perfectly. In combination, all these products make an explosive demolition safer than traditional methods using pre-weakening. Shaped charges used with kicking charges are a way of extending the toolbox of the explosive engineer.
In the future, our roadways and the vehicles that travel them will all have something to say. Nanotechnology will provide better molecular structure for roadway surfaces that are embedded with sensors. Increased connectivity and predictive analytics will enable machines and roads to talk to one another, transforming infrastructure construction. Roads paved in glass-like materials will be more resilient to weather, climate change, and general wear and tear. Self-healing epoxies will enable these roads to repair themselves, while embedded photogenic cells capture solar energy to power integrated LED lighting. This lighting can automatically respond to weather conditions and traffic and reroute vehicles at a moment's notice. Construction projects will change dramatically. As urbanization continues and more people move to cities, towers will rise higher into the skyline. Autonomous and remote-controlled construction equipment will build them, aided by rolling and flying drones and other robots that can monitor site conditions and help with construction. New buildings will be increasingly modular. Entire rooms, complete with their furnishings, will be built in factories, then transported to the job site, where construction equipment will install them into buildings, reducing costs and speeding up project schedules. In the coming decades, waste management and recycling will become gamified as the work becomes more scientific and video game-like at once. In addition to autonomous and remote-controlled vehicles that will improve work conditions for humans, Robots will use artificial intelligence to separate materials at sorting plants. They'll use nanotechnology to analyze waste and determine which materials can be used for the renewable energy. Some robots will even eat the materials to self-power. Waste and recycling bins will become solar-powered and autonomous. After a day of charging, they will drive themselves to the end of the block, where they empty into autonomous and remote-controlled haulers. More frequent collections will enable companies to process a more manageable waste stream throughout the day. To support the growth in world population, agriculture will see tremendous innovation as we seek to move farming closer to cities, which reduces the energy and materials needed for packaging and transporting crops. New technologies will enable us to better develop halophytes, crops grown in nutrient-rich saltwater. These saltwater farms can be combined with solar and wind farms to provide both food and energy from the same piece of land, and they can reduce demands for fresh water. New generations of electric, autonomous equipment will work together to construct these new farms and harvest their crops. When the future arrives, mining operations won't always be from the ground. We will increasingly extract materials from the ocean or from asteroids and other planets, areas that are rich in precious materials but hard to reach by today's standards. Fully autonomous or remote-controlled equipment will communicate with humans back on dry land, making these types of mining safe and efficient. With the right equipment, neither sky nor water will hold us back.
Imagine having the power to remotely operate any machine from anywhere in the world. With Steer, it's now possible. Steer Cloud technology lets you remotely control machines, easily, efficiently, and safely. Steer will increase your productivity and reduce safety hazards by keeping operators away from harmful environments, such as unstable terrains, avalanches, extreme temperatures, undetonated mines, radiation, and much more. Steer allows an operator to handle multiple machines at the same time, easily switching vehicles with just a touch of a button. It also outputs video signals in real time to the operators in 4K, keeping production running at increased capacity. With this system, it's possible to have 3 operators located around the world, working 8-hour shifts in each remote room, so you can keep production going around the clock up to 7 days a week throughout the entire year. Integrating Steer into your production pipeline is very simple. Its controls can be applied to any kind of vehicle without substantial investment or major changes. Steer makes it possible to reach your production goals efficiently and with maximum safety. Steer remotely into a safer and more productive future.
CanTrack GPS helps owners and operators of plant machinery and vehicle fleets to reduce running costs, whilst maximising utilisation. Act on both emissions and safety by reviewing driving style and how machines are operated, with real-time alerting on machines operating at unsafe angles or involved in accidents. Learn more about all our products at cantrack.com.
Hi, I'm Peter Haddock from Content with Media, and welcome to another edition of my Podcast with Leadership series.
Demolitions don't always go to plan. When a structure is left unstable, how do you demolish it? Buildings that have been built to original plans often have substantial modifications made to them over their working lives. So, an explosive demolition should come with a plan B in case it doesn't go the way you expect. Luckily, robotic and explosive technology now gives us solutions that offer safe, low-risk methods of coordinating a demolition. Humans can be removed from the dangerous area. You can even make robots complete complex, tiring tasks over long periods of time. In fact, robotic control of many forms of industrial equipment has enabled remote control of numerous processes. Not only are the robots able to clear and place charges, they provide excellent ways of examining areas which are unsafe for humans to go into. Even this technology can need an alternative solution or just a new wheel. One way or another, your buildings can come down safely.
LiveLink Telematics is JCB's telematics offering. So what that entails is that we remotely monitor any machine data coming off JCB assets around the world, and that could be around safety, machine operation, security data. That is then passed remotely to a data center, and then we make that information visible to our end customer and JCB internally on both the mobile app and web platform for the users to make best use of that data. We hear constantly from customers they're going to be monitoring 18 to 20 different brands of equipment. Within JCB LiveLink, we have multi-fleet capability to take away that headache of all the administration, no control, no big picture, put it all into one web platform to make the customer's life easier. As we sit here today, it's very choice timing, but we've actually just passed the 300,000 milestone. So globally, we are monitoring, as we sit here today, over 300,000 live assets that are fitted with the LiveLink black box hardware on the machine. We've got a new ethos that we're adopting really from now forward, which is three things from our telematics information. First of all, clear strategy to target increases in uptime. Not just that, how can we reduce administration for our customers? And also give real insight. Not just insight through data, but what is the action to be taken, and in some cases remedial instructions on what to do. So if we look at security, the obvious one is machine location, so hence we can trigger alerts if it's working outside of set boundaries or the machine is actually working outside of set times. We have a whole raft of health information, which is given through caution codes that we've already touched on. Machine operation, so that can be fuel consumption, hours, is the machine idling? Because we get fuel, big requirement from our customers is increasingly the green impact, so CO2 figures. Dependent on the product, we can tell you exactly what it's doing within that time frame. So is it moving, is it working, is it idling, or travelling within that time frame? What engine power band is the machine working in? So it could be that the machine is under or over spec for the actual given application that's in use. What I would say is that as the first off is no longer is it just telematics data that we've got in this app. JCB LiveLink is now a one-stop fleet management tool for the given user. We see it as a one-stop shop. I want to view an operator manual electronically. I can now do it in LiveLink. View parts information. It's not just specific to JCB products. Through our multi-fleet capability, we can bring in external data feeds from other manufacturers to view everything in one place. We also have, in combination with JCB LiveLink, the JCB Operator app, which enables any customer of a JCB machine to perform on either an Android or Apple device, smartphone or tablet, a machine pre-start check. It's simply download the app, register with your given organisation, so it's not just anybody that can conduct a check on a machine. It recognises the machine type. You are given 10-hour or 50-hour weekly checks to conduct. If there are any issues, you can add a comment, take a photo. The picture tells 1,000 stories. Flat tyre, damaged windscreen. That's then submitted when there's connectivity available, and there'll be a real-time alert in the LiveLink system that said machine has a fail check and remedial action needs to be taken. So in my opinion, from the feedback that we're getting from the industry, is that there's definitely a thirst for more and more real-time data across the different offerings on the market, which I think we are one of the few to have what we would claim as real-time data available. More and more productivity information on the machines is most definitely a requirement, particularly in contractors and civils engineers that we see in the UK. That is most definitely a flavour of what's coming.
You might think that a JCB digger and an iPad have very little in common. You'd be wrong. Check out why JCB is the Apple of the digger world by Mark Anthony, exclusive to Amazon.
Demolition contractors and commercial drone operators share a common operational interest to ensure the safety of clients, workers, and public alike at all times. Here at Gorilla Drones, safety is paramount. Drones have become a vital tool in many sectors, from TV broadcasting and media to inspections and construction. And now it's time for demolition. Drones continue to be extremely popular for gaining impressive footage for marketing purposes by capturing accurately positioned imagery to show scale and detail from planning through to project completion. Professionally curated, it can really show a company's capabilities. Aside from marketing, drones can also be an incredibly useful tool, from site monitoring and surveying, providing measurements and volumetrics, and data capture to further aid with project management and more. Drones are an extremely quick and efficient tool to monitor critical milestones of a project, or to provide an additional risk mitigation strategy to traditional approaches, such as when enforcement of an exclusion zone is required. Surveying stockpiles of crushed materials can be performed, providing volumetrics for recycling data and general materials management insights. Measurements can be captured to quantify materials, with data being used during planning and tendering stages through to and including the demolition phase itself, thus minimising risk of double handling, or for aiding with refurbishment of dilapidated structures. Initial imagery capture can provide management teams with the ability to review the current state of the site for planning, locations for equipment, any temporary accommodation space, and various other facilities for site workers. It's imperative to keep stakeholders, whether they be financial investors, internal management, or clients, up to date with site progression. Regular drone flights can provide progress reporting imagery or live streaming for reassurance of project delivery and the ability to track against projected timelines. Up-to-date drone imagery can be used to provide on-site signage or for new starter induction videos where certain areas of interest on site can be communicated clearly. Documenting pre- and post-project photographic evidence also aids with future site handovers. This is just the start, and possible case uses continue to grow of how drones and technology can help address challenges that demolition contractors face, from providing data insights for enhanced safety awareness, calculations and project momentum, to improvements in efficiency and productivity. To find more information on how to integrate drones into your projects, please don't hesitate to contact us via email airdesk@gorilladrones.co.uk. Find us on social media or live chat to us via our website. Gorilla Drones hold a permission from the Civil Aviation Authority to operate drones commercially and are fully insured, meeting EC 785/2004 regulatory cover.
Hi, I'm Chris James, Managing Director of ES Manufacturing Limited. I'm proud and delighted to introduce you our DR300 Akula robot, the world's first to have diesel and electric in one machine, as well as faster slewing speed, longer reach, deeper reach, amongst many other features.
Shaped charges were conceived in another century, but they are being used now to take demolition into the future. Modern computing, improved manufacturing techniques, and decades of experience mean that shaped charges are now easier and safer to use than ever before. Why is this technology becoming so advanced? Linear cutting charges like the Alford Dioplex charges explosively cut thick steel elements, releasing stored energy or triggering a structural collapse without top burners or plant anywhere near. The benefits are obvious. Having these explosive cutting charges in your toolkit allows innovations to be made in all aspects of the demolition design, in particular in terms of safety. It's taken years to develop this range of charges, so they are efficient and easy to use, providing a short performance. When detonating, the explosive in Dioplex charges causes the copper liner to flow plastically, forming a hypersonic jet or blade that slices through steel. The unique plastic and aluminium charge materials reduce the fragmentation from the charge cases, making them safer to use and no longer needing time-consuming wrapping and protection to be put in place. The shaped charge now represents a safer, faster, more precise alternative to men cutting steel. Explosive cutting is the future of demolition of large industrial structures.
Hi, my name's Nigel Gainsborough. I'm the series producer of Scrap Kings on Quest TV that features all the great characters at the heart of the demolition industry. I'm just here to say that we would love to film with you and your company. Whether you're basically blowing down some tower blocks or taking apart a huge industrial structure, we're interested in being on site with you. It may be that after this conference you have a fascinating bit of technology. Either way, here's a taste of what we do, and after this clip I'll give you a contact number and an email.
Across Britain, unloved buildings,
fire. You can never get bored of watching buildings come down.
And exhausted vehicles.
She will not be swimming again.
Have reached the end of their natural life.
Do it.
It's a contest between man and materials. Powered by a pack of metal monsters. In this world of destruction, the Scrap Kings take huge risks. Every time they demolish, blow down, and dismantle. From the ashes of the rubble, materials emerge.
Scrap, scrap, beautiful scrap.
To find a new life. For the kings of this world, where there's scrap, there's cash.
I see that as a cash opportunity.
And they will form empires. This is Scrap Kings.
What a great show. What can I say? If you and your company, and most crucially your client, would like an excellent film of record for your next project, can you please contact our story producer Tim Reeford. His number is 07570 933 327, which should be appearing on your screen below. He's also got an email, tim.reeford@backtoback.tv. And if you didn't get any of those details, you can always Google Back to Back Productions or speak to the very excellent Mark Anthony of Demolition News, and he'll give you my personal number. I'll take a call anytime for a big project. Thanks a lot.
The Trimble XR10 with HoloLens 2 utilizes mixed reality technology to take your 3D content off the screen and into the real world, precisely conveying the work to be done to every stakeholder on the project, ensuring that your projects come in on time and in budget. Integrated into an industry-standard hard hat, the XR10 is a purpose-built device that includes a flip-up lens for clear vision, an intuitive user interface, and job site certifications for safe on-site use. Perform immersive pre-construction walkthroughs in the 3D coordinated model with local and remote stakeholders to clarify design intent. Visualize the design overlaid with the context of the as-built building elements, even those behind walls and beneath floors. With Trimble Connect for HoloLens, contractors can detect clashes, measure, create to-dos, and track issues on site and in the shared model. Enhance communication, optimize coordination, increase confidence, and reduce downtime with the Trimble XR10 and Trimble Connect for HoloLens.
Hello there, I'm Bob McElvogue from Thwaites. Today we're having a look at testing our cab dumper. We've already tested this cab dumper to ROPS and FOPS ISO 3471 and ISO 3449. Now we're going to have a look at its structural integrity when we impact it with an excavator from the front and onto the A-pillar. So we've now tested our cab for this impact test, and as you can see that was a pretty dramatic test, but fortunately not too dramatic in that anything failed. The cab itself has performed really well. The energy has all been absorbed through the cab in the structure in the way that we would expect. This has been a good test and it's exceeded our expectations.
shattered glass and black holes can't hold me back from where I need to go. Yellow hills and valleys deep, I watch them move under my feet. Stranger things have come and gone to see the world and take the throne. Don't hold back, oh I won't hold back. I'm gonna live my life like I'm gonna die young, like it's never enough, like I'm born to run. I'm gonna spend my time like tomorrow won't come, do whatever I want, like I'm born to run. I wanna see Paris, I wanna see Tokyo, I wanna be careless, even if I break my bones. I'm gonna live my life like I'm gonna die young, like it's never enough, like I'm born to run. A winding road where strangers meet to feel the love of a warm drink. My body moves, it's speaking loud. Don't have to say what I'm thinking now. Don't hold back, oh I won't hold back.
Yeah, I've seen XCMG at Balmer last year. Vaguely aware of what you do. I know you're a huge company, but looking around the stand today, you know, it's a very, very broad product line, and I've been particularly taken with your new electric excavator.
Born to run, I wanna see Paris, I wanna see Tokyo, I wanna be careless, even if I break my bones. I'm gonna live my life like I'm gonna die young, like it's never enough, like I'm born to run. All these things I've seen and done, I live my life like I'm born to run. All these things I've seen and done, I live my life like I'm born to run. All these things I've seen and done, I live my life like I'm born to run. I'm gonna live my life like I'm gonna die young, like it's never enough, like I'm born to run. I'm gonna spend my time like tomorrow won't come, do whatever I want, like I'm born to run. I wanna see Paris, I wanna see Tokyo, I wanna be careless, even if I break my bones. I'm gonna live my life like I'm gonna die young, like it's never enough, like I'm born to run.
The construction industry is changing fast. How do we scale to face the challenges ahead? How do we bring every person on every team closer together? It begins with technology that builds trust, technology that unites us, purpose-built for each critical role on and off the job site, technology that drives collaboration rather than preventing it. We call this connected construction. We call this Autodesk Construction Cloud. Advanced technology delivering simple and powerful tools. The Builders Network connecting teams and delivering partnerships. Predictive insights reducing risk, cost, and rework. Design, plan, build, operate. All with Autodesk Construction Cloud.
Did you know that 30% of workers report productivity losses when working in the heat? These heat-related drops in productivity are estimated to cost the U.S. $6.2 billion each year in labor losses. On top of that, heat-related deaths increase by 37% per 1 degree Fahrenheit increase in the average daily summer temperatures. But it doesn't have to be this way. These heat-related injuries and illnesses are 100% preventable if the right system is in place to monitor your workers. That's where Kenzen comes in. Hi, I'm Nicole Moyen, and I'm the VP of Research and Development at Kenzen. I'm an exercise physiologist by training, and I've been doing heat-related research for the last 10 years in both academia and in industry. I'm excited to talk to you today about the Kenzen solution because it's unique. Our solution is non-invasive and it predicts each worker's core body temperature based on several physiological variables that we're monitoring continuously throughout the workday. Current gold standards include rectal probes and esophageal probes, which are very invasive, or a gastrointestinal pill, which can cost you up to $45 per pill. These solutions just simply are not feasible on a day-to-day basis for your workers. This is where Kenzen comes in. We have a device that is about the length of your index finger. It's worn on the back of your arm and secured with a Velcro strap around it. It's lightweight, it's sweat-proof, and the battery life is long, and it does not interfere with your workers' jobs. Throughout the workday, we'll continuously monitor each individual's physiological data from various sensors, including skin temperature and humidity, heart rate, activity data, and the environmental temperature and humidity that the worker is in. From these data, we're able to predict each worker's core body temperature. And from this core body temperature, we can give each worker 2 real-time alerts. The first alert tells the worker to stop working when their core body temperature is getting to an unsafe level. At this point, the worker needs to stop, find shade, take a break, hydrate, and remove any excess clothing so that they can help cool their bodies down faster. What's unique about our system is that we continue to monitor the individual once they get that alert, and we then tell them when they're ready to go back to work again, when their core body temperature is now at a safe level. More often than not, workers will go back to work too soon, before their core body temperature has had a chance to go down to a normal and safe level. By giving the workers 2 different alerts, one to stop work and one to go back to work again, it allows workers to stay safe and productive throughout their day. As a reminder, not only is the issue heat-related injuries and illnesses, but it's also the fact that as core body temperature increases, each individual's mood, cognition, and dexterity on the job will deteriorate quickly. This is how we keep your workers productive, by keeping their core body temperatures at safe levels throughout the entire day. If you'd like to talk to us more about deploying the Kenzen solution at your work site, contact Heidi Lehman, our Chief Commercial Officer. And on behalf of the entire Kenzen team, I would like to say that we're truly excited to work with each and every one of you in helping to make your work site safer, more productive, and keep it strong in the heat.
We really hope you've enjoyed the show and thank you for sticking around. We'd love to hear from you what you believe is the best of that technology that you've just seen and how it might improve or enhance your business. But until then, I'll see you in the future.